Hey there, everybody. Professor Cloud here with episode 3 of my Professor Build series, where I am trying to build a Anno 1800 empire. I love this game. I really, really do. But we're still very, very early in. In our previous episode, we really started to build out our island. We got access to workers, and because of the fact that I had set this game up with no ships, I needed to, as quickly as possible, get my shipbuilders up and working, and that required workers. We have set up all of the primary facilities needed for our farmers as well as our workers. However, thinking back on this episode after I got finished with it, I realized that I made some mistakes that we're going to have to clean up. And I'm going to do that first thing. The primary one of those is that with the farmers, I set up for the use of flour as a luxury good, and I also started to use silos. That requires additional grain production, and I am almost positive that I do not have enough grain production to handle all of that. Plus, now that we do have workers and we're starting to produce our own steel, we're going to need to have soap. Plus, I want to use soap as a selling good to Eli. That's going to require more silos. So we're really going to need to build up grain production. And that's something that we're going to do first thing in this episode. Let's go ahead and jump on in. All right. So let me slow down time. I don't like to rush if I don't have to. So let's take a look at our production first of all. We are fine with wood. We are coming up on needing more fish. We're still at a 4-to-1, or we're making more potatoes than we need to, which is exactly what I want. Same thing with schnapps. But as you can see here, we're definitely off with wool. And we're just about okay with worker clothes. So I'm going to absolutely need to stand up another sheep farm. And then from clay, we're perfectly fine. Pigs, at the moment, we're perfectly fine. This is where the grain production is a little off. Now, it doesn't look like it's that off, but also keep in mind that the flour is off, and flour requires grain. So we're going to absolutely need to increase our grain production. I'll just start off by adding one more, and then that should, and then we're going to need to create another flour processing plant. As far as our steel production is concerned, we only got to steel ingots. We still need to get the steel beams. That's what we'll do also first thing, so that we can actually settle our second island, whatever that might happen to be. Now, I know some of you out there might be going, but Brian, you can just as easily go over to Archibald's Island and buy some steel and get moving immediately. Yes, I absolutely can. You are 100% correct. But I don't want to. So, two things that I am trying to do for myself. One, hold on one second. Let me, there we go. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Copy. Okay, so there's another grain farm. One thing I am trying to do for myself is to not purchase goods, that I only use goods that I am making organically. So that's the first thing that I'm trying to do. The second thing that I am trying to do is, let me see where my flour is. There's the flour mill. Okay. And then that is the bakery. First of all, let me upgrade that. I don't want to, but I'm going to. Let me move bakery to there. And then copy that and create another flour plant. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this is where the second thing that I want to do really comes into play. I'm at -19 from a balance perspective. I am going to do everything in my power to make every single island profitable. That is a challenge I am setting on myself. I know that a lot of you are going to go, Brian, you're nuts. And I'm sure I sound that way, but that is something that I'm going to try and do for myself. Okay, so I want to make up for that little bit of loss at the moment. And there's two ways I can do that. There's fire station. I do not have a police station. I'm going to need another fire station over here. But before I do any of that, I need more income. So let's... trying to figure out how I want to do this. What the... want to have room for more farms over here. Actually, you know what? I need to put in more farmers. Okay, so let's... Nope, 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 nope. I saw Warren Plays do that, and I'm going to try it out for the first time. I don't like to do it without good reason, but I've got to make sure that I have roads connected to each of the houses. So, anyway, okay, so that should get me some more farms. That'll also get me back to a positive revenue production. The next thing that we needed to do is we needed to create another sheep farm. Let's go ahead and do that. That's not going to work. Okay. Huh. Okay. Whatever. And I think I'm going to move sheep farm a little bit, or the pig farm a little bit over. I can have some separation between our animals. Okay, sheep farms do not allow for... Oh, they do allow for silos. Oh, okay, then I didn't need... Alright, that's my fault. Alright, then let me do this. I'm going to destroy that. And what I'm going to do instead is put a...
We know fields.
Oh, this one doesn't even have all of its fields. No wonder. How did I mess this up this bad? Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Okay. How do I want to place this? Alright, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but does the job. I may have to muck with that a little bit later. Oh, crap. In moving the pig farm, I forgot to keep it on the road. Alright, so now I've got 3 sheep farms, all with silos. Pig farm with a silo. Let's take a look at our production. Okay, so we are good with flour now. We need more wheat, which is, I kind of thought as soon as I started placing those silos that was going to be the case. Alright, before I handle that, let's go up here to our production facility. And where are we with steel? We got 34 steel ingots, 56 iron. Alright, let's go ahead and put in our steel factory. Steel beam factory. 200 workers. Yep, we've got them. So let's put you right there. Now that's going to put us at a deficit. So let's... Alright, I am going to upgrade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to slowly move them and build another similar location that I've got down here. Okay. There's that. And then I'm going to replace. Bingo. And once those fill up, that should get us back to a positive balance. And then as soon as I have, I'm going to say 20 steel beams, we will go ahead and start populating our next island, which, as a reminder, is going to be this island here. And the primary reasoning for that is because of peppers and copper. Now, we're still going to run into potential long-term problems with respect to zinc, but at the moment, that is not a concern. Right now, I want to focus on this island, getting Newcastle really up and running from a production perspective. Are there any... Okay, we do have a quest here, so while I'm waiting...
Pull up your braces and thrust into the unknown.
Oh goodness, a storm's wrecked the delegation's transport. The treaty cannot be signed until they've been returned to my harbor. You better hurry down there with a good dose of smelling salts to revive them. That's only 4 grand. It's just a rescue quest. So let's go ahead and grab you. Take the black pearl and send you on up. We'll come back here. Let's go ahead and we've got... Yeah, this is a good time. So let's go ahead now and... put in another grain farm. Okay. And while I do that, I'm also going to put in... Oh. One thing I wanted to do. Let's take a look at our workers. Take one that's been there for what? A bit. Alright, so they're happy with their market, happy with their fish, happy with their work clothes, sausages, and bread. Yeah, they want soap. And soap is going to give us 4 coins each. But that'll be the next production facility. I could go ahead and put in a school. And that'll increase our workers. How much... what are we getting here? So, a $50 maintenance cost.
New unionism is our future.
But
Us filings
that'll
slipped
get...
into an iron tide.
Oh, I need 20
The rattle of the
steel
workers.
beams. Yeah.
For all.
I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I need steel beams for the rendering works to create soap anyway. But when we go down the soap path, we are going to go full bore down the soap path because of the fact that it's such a good seller with respect to Eli. Oh, I never noticed that before. Look down at the bottom left-hand corner. With me hovering over the quest item, it actually blinks on the little mini-map. I never noticed that before. I'm sure it probably has for a long time, and I've just never noticed it. Okay. Well, there's no reason for me to keep that open. Where are we with... Let me speed up time a little bit. And let's take a quick look at our production again. We still need another grain farm. Yeah, we still need another grain farm. But... wool... Oh my god, we're still underproducing. Alright, I am going to have to put in another sheep farm then. No warehouse in range. There's 2. Oh, the silos. That's why. Alright, so now this one is in range there. Let me move you to there. There. Okay. I don't know why it did. That was ridiculously stupid. Alright. I am going to put in some more... Actually, farmers are fine. Let's upgrade a couple more farmer residences. Move you. Okay. Why did that send me into a negative? That was weird. Alright, let me see if that affected production. No. Yeah, I'm gonna still need another sheep farm. At least one more sheep farm. Right.
Station.
Okay. And back to
On our way.
Archibald. Cool. Alright, so that's taken care of. We are at 6 steel beams. Moving along. And we're in the positive. It's low, but we're in the positive. How is my... What have I got here as far... Is there anything I can... Oh, yeah, let's sell some sales. I don't need all of those. Set minimum stock. Let's set a minimum stock of 50. Alright, and I am going to have you take 2 batches of them. And we're going to sell them up to Archibald. Presumably, by the time I come back, I'll be able to pick up steel beams. Yeah, that'll be a nice little windfall. I don't know how much sales sell for, but you know, I've got a bunch of them, so let's go ahead and do that. I was gonna do that with my pigs, but if I keep a hold of a good chunk of pigs, then I'll be in a much better position when I start building out soap. And while we're looking, let's take a look at what... Okay, so pigs are 1 ton a minute. The rendering works are also 1 ton a minute. That requires steel beams, by the way. And then soap is every 30 seconds. So what I'll need is a 1 to 1 to 2. No. That's actually not right. I'm sorry. The reverse. So 2 pigs, 2 rendering works for 1 soap factory. Okay. Neither ship has made it to Eli yet, or to Archibald yet. George Smith and Ann Harlow have agreed on a ceasefire. Yeah, I'm going to do everything in my power to not do that. If I can help it. I think I said I needed another grain factory. Or another grain farm. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. That'll fix that problem. So one of the reasons, other than the silos, that grain is so important for me is if we open up the farmers and look at the lifestyle needs, which increases the population of the farmers. Fulfilling these needs isn't necessary to upgrade your residence, but doing so can provide powerful benefits. So I turned on flour under the food and drink. And that increases our farmers by 1, so instead of a maximum of 10, it can be a maximum of 11, and we get an extra coin for each one of those farmers.
This is the way the farmers ride, hobbledy-hoy, hobbledy-hoy.
I love...
This is the way the farmers ride, hobbledy-hobbledy-hoy. Hey!
I love that. I don't know why I do, but I absolutely love that. The rest of these we're not going to have available to us for quite a long time. Well, we can do it with soap. So we'll be able to actually do that with soap and increase farmers again. And then the other ones are male, and that's much later in the game. Well, not much later, but later in the game. We are in good positive numbers for everything. Oh, I am going to need another sheep farm. So let's go ahead and do that too while we're at it. Let me go ahead and upgrade that warehouse. I'll put down a couple more. Put down a couple more farmers. What did I just spend money? Oh, the grain farm. Yeah. Alright, one of my ships is coming back. Or finally going to make it to Archibald. Speed this up a little bit. Love this music. I know I'm going to probably say this 1,400 times, throughout this series, but I absolutely love this music. I ended up buying the entire soundtrack. I found it on Amazon Music. Alright, so you...
Stations.
Okay, let's... So $34 a piece for 100. We're getting 3,400 out of it. He also takes... he will take coal at a premium. See if he's got any items. Trading chart. Trade prices minus 5%. Nah, it's not worth it. Square rig. Movement speed of +7. Not worth it. At least... I mean, this early in the game, it's a nice to have. Trade prices minus 10. And trade prices minus 15%. Yep, okay. Here we go.
A royal acknowledgement
Ready
is
for
due.
assignment.
And then... This is the...
Stations.
This is the quest ship. Yeah, so by the time we're done with this, we'll have gotten another 8 grand. 7,400. Between the quest and the selling of the ships. And then it looks like George... I think that's George. George might have a quest for us.
Brought some joy.
There we
I
go.
am quite penetrated
assist
by
however
your
we may.
kindness.
Alright. Let's see what George has. Look at this. Okay, he's not that far ahead of me, now that I look at it. Yeah, he's not that far ahead of me. I got a little flustered because of all of this out here.
Let's see if you're as principled as you claim.
Pickup quest. How can a human have agency if they do not know what it is to be human? If as a child they've lived a life without hope, without play, without scholarship. I want you to bring these children together with the finest educators in a neutral setting to give them the chance at an education they so deeply deserve.
Get
Okay.
out there. Make your case.
Schooner reporting.
Alright. We'll send one of the ships off to there. We're at 18. So let me go ahead with you and get some lumber. And then as soon as we get the 20, I'm going to head to the second island and start getting it established. I'm only going to get it established up to the point of a marketplace, a pub, and lumber, and then we'll just kind of let it roll. Yeah, so in this amount of time, we've actually done quite a bit of cleanup, but we've also kept our dollars and cents pretty much static. The profits are about the same. I'm a little bit under where I was when I started the game, but we're back up over 20 grand in our kitty. All right, there's our 20. Let's go settle.
Schooner reporting.
Oh, wrong one.
Coordinates plotted.
All right, so we'll send the walrus there. By the time he gets there, we should be able to start building the soap factories. Excuse me. And we'll start out with just enough soap to get the workers happy. So that we can start making money from the soap from them. Then we'll start adding additional production from that point. What my plan is going to be is I'm going to build a second pig farm here. I'm going to build the production facilities for the soap out here, though. I want to kind of keep them away from all of the animals. Trying to keep some sort of a realistic approach to this. Oh, what have we got as far as potatoes are concerned? We haven't sold any in a while. Alright, this I'm going to remove the sale order. I want to stock up a little bit on fish. Okay. Trying to think of how I want to handle my population. I've got more than enough.
I admire your conduct.
Okay.
Stations.
Pick up at Sir Archibald Blake's lighthouse. Okay.
Adjust the sail.
No problem. Alright, so
We assist however we may.
build the trading post.
Our city has grown more beautiful.
Alright, so let's...
Aye.
I'm gonna... Oh, I already did transfer over everything. Okay, good. Alright, then you go ahead and come back. Alright. All important task. Naming
It's ready to go.
minus 50% for a riot chance. Plus 5 on happiness, minus 5 on happiness. So that cancels out. So that's good. City becomes uglier. Oh, because of the pigs. I hate the fact that pigs cause that, but it is what it is. Okay. Alright, step number 1 is to create lumber here. I'll create fish first. Okay. Put this. Ew. That's. Alright, let's put it here. Here. And then. Okay. Alright, so there's that. In the marketplace. Put it there. Why can't... Oh, I needed 2 more lumber. That's alright. That'll take care of itself in a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm back in the red, but I'll resolve that in a little bit. Okay, so you're on your way to Archibald. Yeah, let me get this situated, and then we will...
We make the best of what we have.
Why are you moving out? Oh, because the marketplace isn't there. Crap. Okay, there we go. That'll solve that. Yeah. There we go. That'll increase the numbers. At least it should. Yeah, it did. We were at negative 47. We're now at negative 39.
An explosion in one of your factories.
What? Unfortunately, the explosions, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Alright, I'm going to put us at a bigger deficit because I'm going to put a firehouse out here. Key tip, always have a firehouse near this. Coal, iron, steel, all of that kind of metal production. Have a firehouse. It reduces the overall chance for fire. Same thing true with these kinds of production facilities. Have a police station nearby. Speaking of, I don't know that I have one. Oh, no, I do. There it is right there. Okay, we're good. I need to get my numbers back positive. What is the best way to do that? Okay, I am making more than enough wool right now. I could actually suspend my sail factory.
We're taking every care.
It's a surprise inspection. If it's a lockout, we've arrived.
Yeah. I'm going to pause production on sales for a bit. There's no good reason for me to have it. I'm not producing a lot of anything. Alright, so...
We'll be doing this for the good of all of us.
Yeah, Lady Margaret's got a quest. We'll go ahead and do that. I believe in slow penance for wrongdoers. Counting grain, for example. You see, if even small crimes go unpunished, the whole world may go to seed. Okay.
I hope you find it illuminating.
Delivered to Hunt's Dignified Clipper 8 tons of grain. Alright, that's easy enough.
Workforce
Stations.
shortage.
Yeah, I know. Where's my grain? Except for I don't have 8 tons. I only have 5. And now I'm down to 3. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh yeah, we never did come up with a name. So I was going off of cities for soccer teams. What I'm basically considering this is more of a English-related set of soccer teams. So we have Newcastle. I'd love to go with Arsenal for my best friend, but the name of the team, it's not the city. The city is actually London, and there's 5, 6, 8 teams that are in London. So let's go with something... Let's go with who just got promoted. Luton Town. There we go. And let's go ahead and put in maybe another couple of farmers. By the way, that's my this is my favorite piece. And we're now getting fish.
Her Majesty might
Nope, not yet.
approve.
Ask if you're ready to bring them aboard. Yep. Go.
Schooner reporting.
Okay. And back to... Whoop. Back to George for that. And where are we with grain? We're at 9.
Aye.
Well, we were at 9. 7. It just jumped and jumped back. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm producing so much wool. I've only got 3 sheep farms.
Brought this tiresome business to a close?
Alright, there we go.
Hard work is paid off, as
Good.
hard work always does.
Good, good, good. Alright, let's bring you
Assist
back.
however we may.
I think I'm gonna sell some of this wool. Not gonna net me a lot, but
On our way.
send this up to Archibald. Yeah, it's not gonna net us a lot, but take a quick look at Luton Town. Positive number of workers. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. Alright, so this has at least got the basics. We could go ahead and stand to do work close, but I think for right now, we need 20 more farmers to get to that point anyway. Alright, so at least we now have some production going on Luton Town. We can let this run by itself for a bit. Alright. Back to Newcastle.
Sign, if you've got the courage.
I don't, simply because I don't have the money. Now, that's fine, because I just got 3, so it nets out, unfortunately. Trying to think of what I need to do next, because unfortunately my numbers, I'm not happy with that being just positive 10. Oh, and I forgot to grab you two and put you there.
I'd never have put a halfpenny on it.
All right. Time to go down the soap path. Do I have the grain yet? I do have the grain, but I have no ship to put it on. Oh. Margaret's... she's tough, so I really want to do what I can when I can.
New orders. Aye.
Okay, so where are we sending this? To you. Okay. And for you... anytime now. Yeah. God, that was not even worth the time. Not worth the time. Horrible, horrible decision. All right. Enough potatoes. They're oh, I know what's happening. They're selling as quickly as they're being made because Archibald and everybody else are coming to buy them now. All right, you know what? I'm gonna put in another potato farm. I don't know why I just did that. Actually, I'm gonna put in 2 more. So that we can get some potato production that we can sell to Eli. Until we've got soap ready.
Hoping to enlighten me?
Yep, there you go.
Wise beyond your years.
Okay, good. Excellent. Very, very good. Alright. Soap. We need another pig farm. I don't know why I just don't keep copying and pasting. Now, we need one rendering work for each one. And then 1 soap factory. Okay. We, of course, need a small warehouse. All right, that'll work. Now, we need to make up for the deficit. Now, part of the deficit is going to get made up for by the workers themselves, because they'll grow once they start getting soap. For the farmers, however, I can put in at least 2 more here.
Put it towards something worthwhile.
Wow. Okay, so George just snubbed us because we didn't sign an agreement with him. a non-hostilities agreement, and now he's giving us money. I don't understand. I don't understand. All right, let's see. One thing I'm also going to do, I am going to pave the road right there. I'm also going to pave it right here. And here. Alright, so we now... Oh, this needs to get upgraded. Yeah, you need to be upgraded. Don't like that either, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, I've really got to work on... Okay, so the farmers, we're getting more farmers. The workers still are not getting... Yeah, they haven't started getting their soap yet.
We've run out of cabins.
Okay. You don't have enough rendering. Huh. Okay, so that's now looking good. Rendering now have its pigs. And as soon as they start producing tallow, that'll get over to the soap factory. Actually, why? I don't know why I didn't put that on the... Alright, so we've already increased our farmer workforce a little bit. I really don't want to put in any more farmers. If I can help it. What is the next one? Beer. Beer's the next big one that we need to do. Because that one we can sell to almost anybody. And it's a big boost happiness-wise with the workers. It increases happiness by 3 and coins by 11 per worker. That's just plain huge. While we're waiting on the soap to get produced, why don't we take a quick look at the lifestyle needs of the workers, because they are different from the farmers. So you still have the communication mail stuff that we haven't gotten to in the game yet, but from a food and drink perspective, you got rum, hot sauce, which comes from the old world, which we haven't discovered yet, beef. I don't know if we can do beef on any of my islands. I guess we'll find out when we get there. That comes from artisans anyway. Penny farthings. I don't know anything about that. That's from engineers. Soccer balls. Apparently that's from the old world. And clay pipes. Don't know where that comes from. So really the only one that we're going to be able to produce for them anytime soon is beef and rum when we get to artisans. Okay, so soap is now starting to fill up. That should increase our worker workforce, and we've already dropped from negative 230 down to negative 120, and it's slowly going down. And our worker force is going up. Excellent. Everything is working as it's supposed to. Okay. Next, we need to start thinking about how to overproduce soap so that we can sell it to Eli. Because if we take a look here at Eli,
Just how is your
$384 per ton. That is huge. That's artisans. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Look, and we're already down to negative 15. Just that fast. Okay. So what I now need to do is I need 2 more pig farms, 2 more rendering works, and another soap factory. So we basically just need to duplicate everything that we've got. However, to support that, I'm also going to need 2 more grain factories, or wheat farms. I don't know why I keep saying factories. But let's take a look at our production here real quick. We now... Oh, shoot. I don't have enough to support sausages. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know why that would be. Oh, I do know why that would be. Where is my sausage factory, by the way? Because I think I'm going to move it out here.
Nice day for it.
There it is.
Stand to attention for the boss.
Yeah, I'm going to move this. So I just happened to think sausages are a 1-to-1. So I actually need to have a 3rd pig farm just to support the sausages. At the moment, we're fine. Because I think it's more important that I put in... Still only at -6.
Thank your loving kindness.
Are we at 18 for all of these?
Looks fair, but there's mold in the walls.
Yep. Do not have a school. That increases workers by 2. I have enough to build it. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. Okay. Road. Put the school. Right there. That'll increase the number of workers by 2 per household. The next thing I'm going to do... Nope. That. Alright, let's take a look at our... Alright, so we are getting increases in our potato production, which is good. Sales have finally stalled, so that's good, like it's supposed to. Looks like I'm short on fish. Yep, I need to put in more fish. Making more than enough potatoes. I don't know why I'm not stockpiling more. Yeah, I need to put in another pig farm. Port the sausages. I'm not producing enough. One thing I want to check on here.
Plenty to get stuck into.
Oh, that's worker. Here we go. Fire station. Yeah, it doesn't cover everybody. Marketplace, barely. Really don't like the number dropping as quickly as it is. Eli's got a quest.
What I wouldn't give to get out of my shuttered bureau.
They want me to release the lieutenant who betrayed his own shipmates and sabotaged the HMS Murgatroyd. He who brags of his defection to the Bane Gallery. There must be some evidence it was him out at sea. Offers you a pickup quest. Okay.
Not too many changes, I hope.
We assist however we may.
Ooh.
A tiny crack of light.
Ooh. Bankruptcy, catastrophic explosion, and yeah. And utterly hopeless. Hopless. Oh, scarcity of beer. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to edit this.
Them's the word.
Okay. I don't normally like to do that, but, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, back to my problems. Maybe I went too quickly on soap. That's right, I need to put in another fish. That'll cover that. What? How did I go from plus 70 to minus 12? Because every single house dropped by one. Due to the newspaper. Oh my god, you freaking... Okay. So we'll wrap up this quest. Let some of this run for a little bit. And see how we can get ourselves out of this hole. I'm glad Eli brought me that quest when he did. Because I think I'll end up using that money to produce the secondary soap factory so that I can start selling to him. Alright, I'm starting to... The balance is starting to drop, so that's good. Yeah, it's the problem in this early part of the game is if you get into a deficit too early, it's it's extremely difficult to get out of it because you've got nothing to sell. Speaking of something to sell, let me take a quick look here. Why am I still not... I guess they're just continuing to buy from my trading post. Hold on, did I not set a minimum? I did set a minimum stock. Oh, okay. It's just... Okay, alright. Alright, you know what? I'm going to put a sell on this. This, I'm going to remove the sell so that I can sell it myself to Eli. I'm going to put a sell on this. These aren't going to necessarily help a lot, but I'll put a sell on the iron. Actually, let's go 75. So sell when above 75. Everything else I think I'll leave alone. Well, we can sell lumber. I don't think it's ever going to sell, but... And it's not going to sell for a lot, but, you know, every little bit helps. Oh, we found a new island, apparently. Yeah. So Lady Margaret's. Huh. Alright, we're back into plus 50 and 272, and we're at negative 110. I still don't like that, but... The only way to counteract it this early in the game is to just put in more people. These are... Okay, so these haven't filled up yet. These new ones. Okay. Alright, as soon as we wrap up this quest, we'll wrap up the episode, and then we'll pick back up from here in episode 4. And I realize that for some of you, this might feel like a little bit slower than what, you know, say, what Darren Plays does, because he is very, very quick. He has, and I love watching, by the way, you know, he was the inspiration for me to do this series in the first place with Anno 1800. I had planned on doing the series, but I wasn't sure what game I was going to play. He is one of those individuals, and I know a number of them who do this, who will build, like, he'll have the idea in his head of exactly what he wants for the future, and he will build it out as soon as he's ready. Whether he feels like he has the money for it or not, and I don't like doing that. I want to make sure that I have a valid amount of funds to handle it. So, for example, I'm not going to build the next soap factory until we get the money from Eli here.
Ready to bail me out.
There you go.
New orders.
Alright, so we'll bring you back here.
Back on the straight and narrow.
All right, so there's 4,500. All right. So this is then where I'm going to wrap it up for... Let me go ahead and save. We're going to wrap this up for episode 3. As always, if you have been enjoying the content, please make sure to hit the like button. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button. We will be back with episode 4, picking up from here. The very first thing that we're going to do is build the second soap factory. We'll also turn on soap for a lifestyle need for the farmers. That'll increase a lot of our funds. Then we'll see how soap produces and make a determination of, do we go ahead and add a third soap factory and set up in order to start sending stuff over to Eli, or do we leave things as it is? But we'll take a look at our funds at that point and make those decisions. We also need to start thinking about beer. Beer is going to be the next big one. That's 11 coins per worker and farmer that we're going to be able to get from beer. So we definitely want to start thinking about building out beer. And it just so happens Newcastle has both wheat and hops fertility. So we'll be in perfect position to start producing beer as well. So those will be the two big things coming in episode 4. I'll see you then.